Hello, everyone, and welcome to the conversation. I am your host, Andrea B. Flintroy. It is so wonderful and grand that you are joining me on this evening tonight. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but it is 2/2/22. Like,
Yes,
whoa!
sir.
But yeah, so we are here 2/2/22. Like I said, it is so wonderful and amazing that you are joining me. Every Wednesday I bring you a guest, someone who is going to be real, who's going to be relevant, and who is definitely going to be relatable. The conversation is a space where we have open and transparent conversations. The conversation is a place where we talk about our process, we talk about the things that we've been through and what has helped us to navigate through our process and to get us from being in that valley, in that low place, to get us to where we're climbing out and where we can feel like we're able to manage whatever situation that we're in. So, again, I just want to say welcome to everyone who is joining us on this evening. And I want to say hello to my TC community. Hello, conversation community. How are y'all doing? And if you are not a part of the conversation community, hey, quickly, I want you to join the community. And the way you can join the TC community is by liking the conversation, sharing the conversation, and definitely making a comment because we are here to have dialogue. We are here to have conversation with you, not with just me and my guests, but what are some of the questions that you have? Did my guest say something that interests you? Did you hear a golden nugget that you feel like, hey, that is something definitely for me? I want you to let us know what golden nugget did you hear. And if you are not connected with me, I want you to go ahead and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and I did join the TikTok world. Yes, I got a couple TikToks. But yeah, so and don't forget to subscribe to the channel on YouTube. So again, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is 2222 and we are here on the conversation. But I want to welcome my guest. Oh my God, you guys. It has been such a long time that we finally got
Let's
our
go.
guest. Yes.
Let's
Finally
go.
got our guest, Tracey Jones. I want y'all to welcome him to the conversation. Y'all know how we do it. Tell him hello. I want to see everyone, chatting him up in the comments. Definitely I want to say hello to my mother. That's my mom, Tracy.
Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello.
Yes, and hello to my sister and my cousin, everyone, part of the TC community. But Tracy, give the TC community a little bit about you.
All right. My name is Tracey Jones. I'm from Monroe, Louisiana. I come from hardships, pain, trauma. I help purpose-driven leaders learn the power of observation and paying attention to detail. And the reason why I do that, I feel like I started silent driving at 16 years old as a cook making $5.15 an hour. Through years of learning and cultivating the system, by the age of 23, I managed to become an operating partner. For the past 10 years, I have been a business owner for Sonic Drive-In, and I realized as I grew, I impacted the people around me. So I became focused
Mm,
on developing people. I became focused on serving people, and I realized the more that I was able to provide a positive environment for my team, that in return they was able to take care of me. My life got to a place to where I became that only person in my circle that has the knowledge and expertise. So therefore, I felt like every great coach needs someone to coach them. So I studied
mhm.
Dr. Eric Thomas for a while, and then I got off into the Game Changers Speakers Program under Eric Thomas' mentorship. I became a certified Eric Thomas and Associates speaker in April 2001. Along with my years of being with Sonic and my failures, my struggles in life, I actually came up with my first book. It's called Take the Lead: How Top
Mm.
Leaders Are Tapping into Power by Overcoming Frustrations. So, a little bit about myself: I am a purpose driven leader. I believe that each and every person has the ability to harness whatever they want within them. It takes consistency. It takes to having a plan. So I'm looking to come on tonight to empower, encourage, hopefully help anyone in any way that I can. So thanks for having me on. I'm locked in. I'm ready to go.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being here. And so I know you was talking about some of your trials and your
Uh huh.
failures that you went through.
Uh
So
huh.
can you tell us a little bit more about some of the trials and failures and things that you went through?
All right. Well, in life, it started back at an early age, around 9 and 10 years old. I was always a dad's boy. And my mom disciplined me around on age 9 or 10. I told her I want to go stay with my dad. I ended up
Mhm,
got a chance to go stay with my dad. My dad immediately called the police on my mom for child abuse. Ended up going through custody battles to the
mm,
place my mom lost custody of me. She lost custody of my little brother. You know, I got a chance to stay with my dad. As I got a chance to stay with my dad, I realized the impact that my mother had on my life. And being with my dad, I realized like I seen my dad put other women kids before me. We ended up, we got whooped a lot, and then to the place to where when he lost his marriage, I got dropped back off, me and my little brother, to my grandma, and we had our two
mm,
bikes, 2 bags of clothes. We say, tell your daughter she can have her kids back that messed my marriage up. So that was my hero. That heartache, it stuck with me. So for years I acted out for love. I acted out for attention. I didn't understand my worth. I didn't understand my value. So it took me to
mhm,
really go through life and really learn that I am of value. I am loved. I am accepted. So, that was part of some of the journeys that I went through in my life. Another thing that's transpired with me is I remember when I was a teenager, I was working at Sonic and my mom said, Tracy, she say, "No, you can't look up to your uncles because they are all in jail." She say, "Now you got 3 brothers that's looking up to you." She say, "I really hope that you can make the right decisions because what you doing is going to affect them." And I come from the south side of Monroe. It's poverty, it's hardships. My windows are boarded up at my mom's house because we used to get broken into so much. I seen my first murder
mm,
at 12 years old. So I was traumatized at an early age. By me
mhm,
starting Sonic at 16, that became my way out. So as I learned the system, as I learned people, I realized, yeah, I have issues, yeah, I have problems, but so does everyone else. It's how do
mhm,
I handle my issues? It's how do I handle my problems? So I learned to look
mhm,
myself in the mirror. I learned to embrace who I am. I learned to accept me for who I am. And then I
mhm,
became to grow. Then I realized, people love to tell you what to do or how to do it. Then when it don't go their way or your way, you want to point the finger. So I got to a place I told myself if I do something, I'm gonna do that because I feel like it's the best thing for me to do. And as I started doing it and I made better decisions, I realized it built confidence within me. And once I
mhm,
built the confidence within me, I realized that hey, everybody has the same gift that you have. You have 24 hours a day. What you do with those 24 hours a day, it's up to you. So I really started utilizing my 24 hours and making sure that when my life comes to an end, I have done my job in the world and utilized and been, useful in the world.
mhm, mhm. Awesome. And you know what? And you're absolutely right. Um, you do have to the time that we are given. I know sometimes we might look at other people and we try to figure out, well, how did they get this or how did they do this? And like you said, everybody has one of the same things. Everyone has 24 hours in a day. It's all about you and what you're going to do with the 24 hours that you have been given. Now, you might
Correct.
not have started the race out like somebody else did, but how are
Hmm.
you going to finish your race? And so I agree with you right there. But I see you shaking your head.
And
I
yeah,
see.
because it's one of my notes that I stick to, and is I believe, in order to change your life,
Mhm.
you have to change your mindset. I
Okay.
realized even though I was in poverty, it was because my mindset was in poverty. To
Mm,
me, a lot of people, when we think on money is one of the last things to me that comes with success. The first thing that comes is your mentality. Once I'm able to balance my thoughts, my emotions, and become a better person, to me, that was me becoming successful. that opened up the door for me to become better. So one of the things I'm learning, if one of the main things is like you just said, change your mindset. Once you change the mindset, we attract the things that we believe in.
Mm. And what were some of those things? I know you said you had to change your mindset, even though
Hmm.
you lived in poverty. So give us a little bit about that process of you changing your mindset and how did you get on that path?
The process was simple. I stopped making excuses for my actions. I stopped pointing the
Mm.
finger at other people. I stopped doing things for someone to say, "All right, thank you," or "Good job." If I do something for you, I did that because I felt like that was the right thing to do. When I started serving, I realized I had to serve people from my overflow. I couldn't serve from empty vessel. So just because I have it right now doesn't mean I can give that to you. I serve
Mhm.
from my overflow. So once I learned that I serve from my overflow, people appreciate it. And a lot of times, I'm quick to pull back because I feel like when we pay for something, we value it more. I
Yes.
can sit here, I can give you, if you pay me for knowledge, you're going to value it. But if I sit here and pour my life out to you and you ain't paying 9 times out of 10, it's just going to go on one year after the other. But once you
Mhm.
really pay it, you getting like one thing I learned, you have to transact in order to transform. So once I
Mm.
started transacting with individuals, I realized individuals started transforming. As the people around me got better, I had to continue to get better because
Mhm.
I realized like they count on me as well as I'm counting on them. So it's not about what I've been through. What I've been through has brought me to this moment. To this moment, it prepared me for it. Because if I didn't go through it, how can I lead someone else through it? So
Mhm.
instead of complaining about it, I embrace it. And once I embrace it, all type of doors and opportunities start opening up for me.
Mhm.
So
So
one
you
thing,
said
go ahead, go ahead, go
no,
ahead.
no, no, oh, no, no, I didn't mean to cut you off because now you hitting it now. You hitting it now. But okay, it was something that you said that I
Hmm.
wanted to catch it. So you said that you had to be trans what
You
before you
have to transact in order to transform.
you got to transact
Uh-huh.
in order to transform. So
Correct.
okay, so break that down for us. Share a little
All
bit
right.
more about that because I'm liking that right there. You got to
For,
transact
for
in
instance,
order
remember
to transform. Somebody
when I
put that in the chat for me. I like that. That's a nugget.
when I told you I was the only one in my circle that has the
Mhm,
expertise. So I had to reach out to a higher circle, which is Dr. Eric Thomas. Dr. Eric Thomas is the number one motivational speaker in the world, right? So that program, it costs. That's a transaction. But by me transacting and spending that money to get in that program, guess what? My life has been transformed because of the circle, the environment, the knowledge I'm around, the expertise I'm around, the sincerity of people around me. Now I'm able to really tap into my gift. So by
mhm.
me being able to transact, that transform me in that investment, it take care of itself.
I like that. You look, you preaching. They hitting you up in the chat. They liking this. This is good. This is good. Okay, so tell me this. So when you were introduced to ET, and for anyone who doesn't know who ET is, I want you to share with them who is ET because we're saying ET. So who is
Hmm.
ET?
To me, Eric Thomas is a sincere mentor of me.
Hmm.
I found him online. One of my friends hit me up one day. He said, "Hey, check this guy out." And a lot of people know him from his famous speech, "When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful."
Hmm.
I know ET from his story, his pain, his hardship, coming from, you know, sleeping in abandoned buildings, coming from, you know, high school dropout to going and get a GHD and a PhD to giving
Hmm.
back and investing into people like me. Like he's not just a speaker to me. He's not just, this profile guy. He's also a servant of God that really believe and pour into his people. So that's what really, led me. And I realized, it's not about money, it's really about connecting and impacting people. So really
Hmm.
that's why when I come back and I realize everything is in connection in his own sort. So everything that I learned from my higher circle, everything I learned from ET, I take and I bring it back to my circle and I share it with
Mhm.
them. Because one thing I realized, and I told my best friend is, I say I'm connected to a high proud mentor. He's
Mhm.
connected to someone that mentors him. I'm quite sure they have someone that mentors them. In reality, all things connect in some sort. So it's really
Mhm.
just to best to involve yourself and surround yourself around individuals that's really going to help and push you to grow. It may not always be the number one motivational speaker. It may not be the best field in this craft, but it's best to have someone in your corner that's going to push you to be the best that you can be. For me, it
Mhm.
just so happened to be Dr. Eric Thomas that I'm such grateful for.
Mhm. So I heard you say that we need to have. I see you sitting there representing Sonic over there in your cup.
That's the brand. I've been with Sonic. I was telling my employees early in the meeting, this make my 17th year with Sonic. 17 years, started at
17 years?
16. Yes, ma'am. 17 years
Wow.
Sonic, 10 years as an operating partner.
17 years with Sonic, you guys, and 10
Yes,
years as an operating party. Oh my
partner. Yes,
goodness.
ma'am. Yeah.
You know what? Hats
It's
off to you. I don't know
I
if
didn't.
anybody has said it, but definitely hats off to you, and especially for the consistency and the commitment for
That
that. And
work.
so, of course, I know you know that in your journey, I know you're definitely going to higher heights. But if you ever, when you get to that place where it might be some doubt, just remember that you have been consistent and you have been committed.
Always. I appreciate that. Yes, ma'am.
But so okay, I want to back it up. So
Okay.
when you said that you're connected to ET,
Hmm.
and that what he gives you tools, he gives you information, he has helped your mind to transform, and you said that we should surround ourselves with someone that can help us to grow and to elevate. And
Hmm.
so should we it's like you're saying iron sharpen iron. So
Correct.
if we want to be pulled up to a higher level of ourself, that's what I'm going to say. To a higher level of ourself, we have to be around someone or have a support system that's going to elevate us.
Correct. I feel like every day you should study something or someone in the desired space that you want to be in. I'm in
Mhm.
business and leadership. Every day I'm studying business. Every day I'm studying leadership. Just because I'm connected to ET doesn't mean I sit here and I talk on the phone with ET or I hang out with ET. ET has coaches that are trained to carry out certain assignments. I spend more time with those coaches. I spend more time with the individuals that's in my community. By me
Mhm.
being around purpose driven leaders that's on that same path
Mm.
that I'm on, we encouraging each other. We supporting each other. We pushing one another to do better. I realize the circle that I'm around, most times we're not talking about, problems. We're talking about solutions to the problems.
Mm.
So I'm surrounding myself around people that's really looking to make a difference in the world, make an impact in the world, rather than sitting here complaining about what's going on in the world. Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's sometimes me, what's outside of my control, I try not to worry so much about it. But what's
Mhm.
inside my control, I give 120% of my ability going in to make sure that I can handle it.
Yeah, yeah, and I agree. I agree. I agree. So someone put in the chat, and I
Hmm.
want to kind of make a question from their statement. And so
Okay.
their statement is never be afraid to outgrow people that we call
Hmm.
our friends. And which is a great. So this is my question for you. When you realized that you were moving and you were being more solution focused versus being problem focused,
Hmm.
catch me now, you're solution focused and we're
Hmm.
not focusing being problem focused. So when you change your perspective in that manner and the friends that you grew up with wasn't growing with you, how did you handle that situation? How did you handle those dynamics?
Simple.
Ooh,
As you dissect your circle, as you check your circle, if they're not an asset, they're a liability, cut them off. Simple. If you're not an
oh,
asset, you're a liability. It's time to go.
mm, Now y'all heard it here. Y'all
And the
heard it here
reason why I
now.
say that,
I agree. I agree 100%. Go home. Tell us
I'm
more.
I the same way I do a performance review on my people, I do a
Mhm.
performance review on myself. I'm honest with myself, and I
Tell
know
us
where I'm
more.
striving to. Like for instance, I just did a performance review. My strength, I got my three strengths.
Mhm.
I'm great at coaching. I'm great at training. I'm great at motivating.
Mhm.
I'm honest. What three things are you struggling with right now in your life, Tracy? I struggle with following up. I struggle
Mhm.
with being consistent at times. I struggle with being easily distracted. So three things I'm focusing on the next 90 days is to help me stay consistent. I'm gonna make sure that
Mhm.
I follow up. So one thing as after I had this conversation with you, I want to follow up in a couple of days. How did that go? How did the people respond? What could I done different? Is there anything I can, follow up more?
Mhm.
Um, Focus on what's in my control and not what's outside my control. Learning to balance my emotions, think with logic
Mhm.
rather than acting within the moment. And as I do that, just
Mm.
wake up every day with a purpose in my mind. I know one thing, trouble don't last always. So no
Yes.
matter what I'm going through right now, if I wake up tomorrow, I have the opportunity to make that better. Learn from it. Stop taking losses and look at it as this a lesson. And
Mhm.
from this lesson, just may come a blessing. You never know.
Mm. I like that. I like that. Now look, Tracy. Now I don't know if you want your own quote, but I'm definitely gonna take that quote. I give you credit for the first three. I'm gonna take that.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, okay. So, and what you said though, you reminded me of a book I read by I want to say it was John C. Maxwell that wrote the book. Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn.
Hmm.
Because we're used to the saying sometimes you win and sometimes you lose, but you never lose because
Right.
that's always a lesson that you should have learned in any situation that you were in, even if you made a mistake, even if you feel like it was a failure or the situation failed. What did you learn from that situation? So, like a
Right.
problem may have arisen. And of course, you figured out the solution. But even in the solution, like you said, do a performance review. Okay, so in that, when I'm reflecting back on it, what was something that I could have done differently? What was something that I learned from the
Hmm.
situation? What was something that I loved from my solution that got me, from the solution that helped me work through the problem. So
Right.
sometimes we win and sometimes we learn. And it's all about what did you learn from the lesson. And
From
like
it.
you said, from our lesson, we can receive our
Blessing.
blessing. Ooh,
That's
I got that
it.
right. I'm taking that right.
Hey, you got it. That's what I'm here for. Like,
I'm not gonna take all of them, but if you keep throwing them, I'm gonna snatch them up.
hey.
Oh my goodness, like you are giving some wonderful talk. And I don't want us to end or get past. I want you to tell us about your book. So what motivated you to write your book?
I'm in this place of mind state to where I feel like people want problems to, want solutions to problems, right?
Mhm,
So I ask myself, no matter who you are, what do we experience? At some point, we experience frustration. So I realized, Tracy, you have experienced a lot of frustration, but also you have found positive ways and positive methods to overcome your frustration. So I put it into my life story as far as this is things I've been through,
mhm,
is my life stories, and there's ideas of how I overcome frustration, techniques I use, ways I use, and that was important for me. And also it was important because I realized that I want to come into the world and make sure that I leave an impact. It's a
mhm,
wise man leaving a heritage for his kids. So by me, I never thought about writing a book. I never seen myself writing a book, but once I took that time and I sat down, that came naturally to me. And I
mhm,
realized by me being able to write that book, it's gonna help millions and millions of people. So I was very grateful for it. And the book really came from like me, I'm a goal setting person. I know you probably can't see it, but one of my goals was to create life changing habits that will create
Mm.
to create life changing habits and programs that will create. I mean, implement life changing programs that will create life changing habits. And this
Mhm.
was January 6, 2021. And
Wow.
I get that just goes to show you that once you write down and you set goals, you might not know exactly what that's going to be, but once you just get out the way and trust God and trust yourself, those doors gonna open up for you. So now that I
Mhm.
done wrote a book, this book is opening up doors for me and allowing me to welcome myself into others' lives, allow others to welcome me into their lives and really impact and really do what I do on an everyday basis, which is coaching someone, training someone, and motivate someone just by being who I am. I don't have to do anything different. The book is allowing me to be who I am and really impact and change someone's life.
Mhm. Awesome. So can you give us a little bit, maybe a story that's in your book that changed your life?
I sure can.
Okay.
Actually, do you mind if I just read chapter 10? That's actually the last chapter. It's
Okay.
a quick chapter. Do you just mind if I just read the whole chapter for him?
Okay. How long is the whole chapter?
It's gonna be, I promise, no more than 1 minute. It's a quick read, like real
Okay.
quick. It's to the point. I promise. Very
Okay.
good to the point. Let me read it to you, okay?
Go ahead.
Chapter
Go ahead.
10 is chapter 10 of Take the Lead is a better day for yourself by being genuine to you. And it says, be genuine to yourself. At this point, it doesn't matter what you've done or what someone else has done. Be authentic to you, love you, and cherish you. Look at yourself in the mirror and love the person you see in the mirror. You inspire many. We often become blind to the greatness that lies within because our inability to be genuine to ourselves.
Mhm.
Nothing and no one comes before you. If you can't do for yourself, how could you do for another? I will spend quality time alone. I have chosen to get in sync with my thoughts and my emotions. My intuition guides me. It speaks to the soul. It knows its purpose. I'm embracing time doing things that makes life meaningful. The memories I've created, they will last forever. At the end of the day, what have you done to impact the world? We're here to multiply fruit, enhance, and serve one another. Self preservation is the first law of nature. Everything in life connects in some sort. Everything you experience is to help someone along your journey. Take proper care of yourself. Love yourself. And it shows others how to properly care for themselves. It allows others to respect you. Respect is earned, not given. People respect those who respect themselves. If you treat yourself with a higher level of respect and care, others will see and value that. Be decisive in your thought process. Own up to allowing yourself to live life on your terms. Mean what you say. Say what you mean. You are a value, which means you must live by principles and standards. Success is desired by many, obtained by few. Everyone wants to be successful until it's time to be demanded. Your future success depends on today's decision. You are unique and fearfully made. You are full of love and self care, which allows you to replenish your spirit. Serve others with your overflow. An empty vessel can't serve. Caring for self is an essential act to survival. Being genuine to yourself is how you take your power back. Blaming others, it puts them in a position to have ability to control your actions. Spend time focused on building a new you. From this point forward, imagine the best version of yourself and show up as the best version of yourself. The same way you would love someone else, love yourself. You are equipped to take the lead. The choice is yours. Tap into your power by overcoming frustration. That's chapter 10. It is,
That
I feel like, go ahead. I
no,
feel
no, no,
like
no,
Take the
no.
Lead is a very powerful book. I really put my all into it. It's a quick read. You can read it in 45 minutes to an hour. It's 10
Mhm.
chapters. And I know for a fact it will help no matter who you are, whether
Mhm.
it's work, sports, or life. It will help and it will make you think about life and take accountability from your standpoint and help you become the best version of yourself to take the lead. So,
Yes, like that was so awesome. So
and
awesome.
it's available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. Also, you can visit my website. It's Tracy TraceydJones.com. You can get a copy of your a free checklist. I have a checklist. Go get it. It's discover 7 ways to take the lead in your life today. I'm giving you seven principles for us. Utilize these to help you take the lead in your life. So any way I can utilize and help and stay connected, I'm here now.
Okay, awesome. And what you said? What's that website again? www Tracy
Dot
D.
TracyJones.com. TracyJones.com.
So that's Tracy
Uh-huh.
dot.
D
Oh,
no
mm-hmm,
no, it's Tracy D
mm-hmm.
Jones
Uh
dot
huh.
com.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to make sure I had it right. At first, I did, but I just wanted to make sure I definitely had it right. So, anybody, Tracy has a book called Take the Lead, as he had just got through reading chapter 10 for us, which was phenomenal. So imagine if chapter 10 sounds like that. Hey, we need to figure out what happened 1 through 9. So definitely check it out. He said you can get it on Amazon, on his website. He'll have it
Mm.
where you can link and get to it, but definitely support, support, support. But the book, y'all, the energy that he has tonight and the nuggets that he has dropped tonight, I can definitely assure you the book is worth wow. The book is definitely worth the purchase. And like he said, the book is for anybody and for everyone. And so if you're ready to take the lead in your life, if you're ready to change that perspective, if you're really ready just to take that next step and you're like, I don't even know how, I don't know how to start here. Get the book and it will definitely help you and it's going to bless you. And like he said, each one of our lessons, there will come a blessing. So, what are you learning in your lessons? I told you I was going to take it.
I like it.
Yes, yes, indeed, yes, indeed. So, I wanted to back you up a little bit when you
Okay.
talk about our cup and you say that we cannot pour from an empty vessel. Can you please, shine some light on that? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Just say I would take working and balancing home, for instance. You may be an individual who make your check $1,000, right? But your bills run you about $800, right? And you have $200 left over. But your brother come and he say, "Hey, I need to borrow $100. Yeah, I got 200, but I really don't have $100 to give to you because I need this $200 to budget me to the next 2 periods. I want to help you, but right now I can't. But if I give you this $200 now, I know I need this to budget throughout the next 2 weeks. So now
Mhm,
I done put my family in a hole. I done took from my family because I want to bless you. I want to bless you, but I can bless you when I make sure my family is taken care of, my bills are straight, my safety net, I'm in line, then I do it. But does there come a time to where my people in need and I just don't do it? Yeah, I do it, but I make sure that most times is when I'm in a position to do it because the
mhm,
reason why I say that it's times to where I didn't invest it so much into myself to where I just needed $10 and I didn't have no one to call on. I couldn't get that $10 from no
mhm,
one. So I realized it's
mhm,
important for me to make sure that I take care of myself and serve people from my overflow. That way, if I give you something and I don't get it back, I'm not mad at you. I'm not
mhm,
worried about it. I did that because I felt like that was best for me to do. So like I tell people,
mhm,
when I do something, allow me to do it, because I want to do it. So
mhm.
that's where it come from me. Did it help? What?
Yes, it definitely did. It definitely did. And it's such amazing because I tell people that all the time too, especially some of my good girlfriends, they can definitely attest to that because I always say, pour or like you said, serve from your overflow. Because if I'm giving you what's in my cup, then I'm no good for myself, first of all, and no one else.
Hmm.
And so we have to make ourselves a priority. And
You
just
have
speaking, go ahead.
it's to me it's important to make yourself a priority because just say like you have 100 bricks, right? And
Hmm.
you need 100 bricks to build your house. You say, "Hey God, I want a house built. I need these 100 bricks," and you get 100 bricks, right?
Hmm.
But best friend come along, "Hey, I need a brick." You give best friend a brick. Brother come
Mm,
along, "I need a brick." You give brother a brick. Mama come along, I need brick, you get mama a brick. Now you done gave away your bricks helping others, but you don't have a home to live in because the bricks that you needed to build your home, you done gave them out helping others. So now
Mm,
you got to go to others for others to allow you to stay in their home because you didn't build your home.
your home. Ooh, I know that snatched somebody edges right there. That was good right there. That was good. And you know what? You are so right because we believe that we should serve others first
Hmm.
and not invest or serve ourselves first. Because, like you said, now we're serving from our overflow and we can't serve from our cup because the material, the things, everything's in the cup is for us. And we have to make sure our home is good, build our house up. Because once you can build your house up, then you can help somebody else with theirs. But I can't help you if I'm trying to maintain what I have and I can barely manage what I have, trying to help you out also at the same time. I definitely get that. I so agree. And I believe sometimes we've been so conditioned to serve that we don't even know how to make ourselves a priority. We don't even know what self-care looks like.
Hmm.
You know,
What
we
I
wear it on our
learned
shirt,
is,
but nobody knows what it really is.
and what I really learned is when you really take care of yourself first, when you serve yourself first, it puts you in a position to do for other people way more than you would normally be
Mhm.
able to do. By
And
taking
that's
care of
it.
yourself, it will show other people how to take care of themselves. It will show people how
Mhm.
to treat you. People treat you the way you treat yourself. Even when you're
Mhm.
not paying attention, trust me, someone is always watching your actions. Someone is always watching your words. Like every day of your life, someone is watching you. Someone is looking up to you,
Mhm.
whether you believe it or not.
Mhm. Mhm. And you're absolutely right. And so I heard you say that people watch how we treat ourselves.
Hmm.
So give me a little bit more about that. Like, how do you teach that to other people of showing up for yourself and treating yourself with
Just,
value so others can treat you the same?
I tell myself all the time, I want to be the best version of Tracy that I can possibly be. I want to be the
Mhm.
best son I can be. I want to be the best husband I can be. I want to be the best father I can be. The only
Mhm.
way I'm gonna be able to do that is I have to be okay with my actions. I have to be
Mhm.
okay with the way I think. I have to be able to love myself. I have to be able to appreciate myself. I can't expect no one to do anything for me that I'm not willing to do for myself. If I'm not willing
Mhm.
to love myself at the highest level, don't expect someone else to love me at the highest level. If I'm not willing to properly clean up the house and take care of the house, don't expect a woman to come around me and properly clean up my house and take care of my house. Be the example that you expect others to be.
Mhm. I agree. I agree. You could have kept going on with that. I might have been a little gender biased, but no. But no,
But
everything that you're sharing on tonight is nothing but facts. As the kids say, this is facts. What they say, no cap,
no
no
cap,
cap.
it's facts.
Just straight facts. But definitely you are sharing so much wisdom, so much light, and so much information with the TC community. And I just want to say, like, thank you so much,
Yes, ma'am.
so much, so much. But before we go, I just want to
Hmm.
ask you just some couple questions. What book changed your life? Like, what book did you read that you was like, oh my goodness, like this one is so phenomenal?
One of the books that I read that really changed my life is A Servant's Heart.
Mm,
A Servant's Heart. Another book that I read that changed my life was by Dan Thurman, Off Balance, On
mhm,
Purpose. And a lot of John Maxwell books, like a lot of Ken Blanchard has a book as well. It's called Well Done. And
mm,
it talks about how they train in the whales and getting the whales to perform without beating on them. These are killer whales, so it talks about you know positive sides, redirecting positive. Like a lot of books that I like to read is a lot of leadership books that reinforcing the positive because I realize like no matter what you go through in life, you can look at it. from two different sides. You can choose to look at
Hmm.
it in a positive light, or you can choose to look at it in a negative light. So
Yeah.
those are some of my go-to books.
Awesome.
Another one,
Awesome.
another one, another one. If I can tell anyone as far as if they looking for like energy and direction, it's
Okay.
called the Energy Bus. The book called the Energy
The
Bus.
energy bus.
The Energy Bus. It's a leadership book. It's a very great book, but it's called the Energy Bus.
Okay. I've definitely never heard of that one. So I'm
Hmm.
going to look that one up.
It's a
But
great one.
okay, TC community, if you were blessed by everything that Tracy said, which I know y'all were because y'all was chatting up in the chat, the comments were just rolling tonight. But I just want you all to show Tracy some appreciation, show him some love in the chat. Let's thank him for coming. Tracy, we thank you so much again for being
Yes,
our
ma'am.
guest on the
Likewise.
conversation because you were real, you was relatable, and definitely relevant for the times and the things that we are going through. And again, we just thank you for sharing your process, sharing how you navigate through your journey and how you were able to change your perspective. And like you said earlier, we want to surround ourselves around people that can elevate us and that can help us grow. And so even if you can't, like you said, you can't touch the famous people of the world, it's someone in your community that you can glean from, learn from, that can help elevate you and help you grow. So again, thank you so much,
Right.
Tracy, for coming. We really, really enjoyed you. Is there anything that you would like to give the TC community? Any encouraging words you would like to give them before we get ready and sign off?
First thing I would like to say is thank you. I have truly enjoyed. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope that, I was able to fulfill and help someone find clarity, in their life tonight and know that, they are in the right direction, and it's great that you have the community, because one thing I know, we all want to feel loved, we all want to feel accepted, we all want to feel appreciated. And tonight I feel like we all receive love, we all accept one another, and I appreciate each and everything. So one thing I want each and every one of your community members to keep in mind that, you know, we are what we think, so whatever
Mhm.
you want to be attractive within your mind, develop a positive mindset. A positive mindset will develop a positive life for you, so that's what I want to leave them with. Our habits
Awesome.
determine our future.
Woo! You know what? There he go, y'all. Boom, dropped it.
Yeah.
I told y'all all these nuggets. He has dropped so many nuggets, and I hope y'all are picking them up. Definitely catch the replay. This is one of the conversations that you want to go back and rewatch again because you want to get this in you. You want to put this in you, plant this in you where you can birth out the seeds that he have been planting. He said if we change our thoughts, we will change our behaviors. He talks about being transaction so then we can transform. So, and he also talked about the lessons that we had. So we got to learn from our lessons, but our lessons also lead us to our blessings.
To our
So
blessings.
come on now, y'all. Y'all got to pick up these nuggets. I'm telling you, he boom, boom,
Facts.
boom. He's dropping them out, dropping them out. So again, TC community, if you or if anyone who is listening tonight and you are not a part of the TC community, you can join the TC community by three ways: like it, share it, and make a comment on the conversation. If you are catching the replay and you're not a part of the TC community, guess what? You can join the community too by liking, sharing, and make a comment. And let us know if you're catching the replay. Hashtag replay. Let us know what nuggets you heard Tracy speak on that you felt really resonated with you, that brought you awareness, and that empowered you, that made you feel like, hey, that's something that's really good, and I should implement this in my life. So, again, TC community, everyone, y'all have a great and awesome night. If you are not connected with me, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm here on Wednesdays, and I'm bringing you a guest who is real, who is relevant, and who's definitely going to be relatable because here We have open, transparent, honest conversations, and we want to talk about the process that you went through and how did you navigate your way. So, y'all have a good night, and remember, show the world who you are and don't allow the world to tell you who you are. Bye.